One John Milton said, as the morning shows the day, so the child shows the man. You hardly have a playboy who becomes a responsible adult. Everything great starts from the root. Every great tree begins from the root. Train up a child in a way that he will go, and when he's grown up, he will not depart from it. So you are in the best state of your life. Young people just coming into the university, you are in the most fertile season of your life. So any seed sown into your life now secures a future. This is the most fertile time of your life. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe once said, "Give me my youth back and I will pay any price for it." With all his achievement, he wished he knew better in his early days. He will have scaled higher heights. He's the most revered father of the nation today, no matter what platform you're measuring that. Give me my youth back and I'll pay any price for it. Now you don't have to go shopping for a great tomorrow. Connect with the fact of life now. You keep celebrating that tomorrow. From Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5 to 18, which is the text for the month, we saw a very sorry case here where servants were riding on horses and princes were walking on foot as servants. And then the Bible begins to analyze what brought that about. It was a broken covenant. There are fundamentals that the prince must get acquainted with and put to work before they can occupy their rightful place. And whosoever puts to work will occupy that place. Whosoever. The laws of life are universal. Everybody has to breathe to stay alive. It's not enough to eat. Everyone has to go to the toilet to keep his body awake and alive. You can't settle with everything you ate. So, what were the covenants broken by these princes? One, lack of direction. You can never be a success without having a direction for your life. You can't wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, you can say anywhere." Don't get anywhere that way. Only those going somewhere ever get there. So you must have direction for your life. You can't go to a motor park and say, "Where are you going?" Say anywhere. They believe that something is wrong upstairs. You must know where you are going, or you are going nowhere. He said, wisdom is profitable to direct. They had no direction, so there is no way they can be free from frustration. Then he went on in verse 16 and said, "Woe unto you, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. But blessed art thou, O land, where thy king is a son of the nobles, and thy princes eat for strength and not for drunkenness." That talks about discipline, self-discipline. No one ever fulfills destiny without this virtue. A life void of order can never make progress. That's what we're trying to look at today. The place of self-discipline in making the most of our pursuit in life. What is self-discipline? It can be defined as possessing a sense of mission in the pursuit of life. You have a well-defined goal and you're packaging yourself towards actualizing and realizing those goals. You bring yourself under compulsion to realize your goal. You are not just celebrating the goal. You understand the price and you are out to pay the price. Most people know what they want. Some even know what it takes, but they are not ready to give it what it takes. Paul said, woe is me if I preach not the gospel. He said, necessity is laid upon me. Self-discipline is about bringing yourself under necessity to realize your desired goals. 1 Corinthians 9:16. What is self-discipline? It's operating as commanded, not as convenient in your quest to achieve your goals. Nehemiah said, neither I nor my team put off our cloth, save for washing, in the pursuit of their goal. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 23. That is, you are just out to see your goals accomplished. Self-discipline is all about setting order over one's life. Setting order over your life. Being where you should be, when you should be there. Doing what you should be doing without requiring any supervision. Self-discipline, therefore, is being a law to oneself in a bid to fulfill one's mission. Being a law to oneself. It is living under self-set rules, setting boundaries around one's life so as to fulfill our goals. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23, the Bible says, all things are lawful for me, but not all things are expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. I make my choice for what is profitable above what is acceptable. It's acceptable to go from place to place, say hello to everybody, and really love them. But how profitable is it? How profitable is going about window shopping without a budget of what to buy? How profitable? How profitable is going somewhere because you just have to go somewhere? I mean, whether you have anything to do there or not. How profitable? Shakespeare said something interesting. He said, I wasted time, and now time doth waste me. With those enormous literature that came from him, he wasted time. With his prestigious place in the world of literature, he wasted time. Self-discipline is a deliberate choice for what is profitable above what is acceptable. It is the efficient management of oneself and time. Efficient management of oneself and time. Now, some people's 10 years is up to some others 50 years by reason of efficient management of their time. I don't have time. No, we have equal time. Just I'm poor at managing my time. I am poor at managing my time. Everybody has 24 hours. The poor, the rich, the average, the above average, the excellent. The efficiency of time management is what makes the difference between one another. One of my early mentors in life, very respectable man, was a grade 3 teacher. He worked his way to earn a first degree, a second degree, a third degree, and became a celebrated personality at NIPS. Having also served as Secretary to State Government. Others die at that level. But no, he invested his time where others squandered it. I used to know a primary school teacher, and suddenly we heard that he was going to the law school. How did he get there? He was doing London University correspondence course and passed his law degree without knowing the airport. And headed on for the Nigerian law school. He left the others behind. They are still playing ayo under the tree and grubbing corn. This one is hard. Bring me another one. And somebody else has left them behind. Has schooled abroad without leaving his village. Has earned the prestigious law degree from London University. Now, was on his way to the law school. Self-discipline is key to outstanding success in anyone's life. There must, that is your value for time, your value for your desired goal, drives you to set rules and laws around your life. There is this interesting joke. We were in London one time. My friend and my wife were going, they said we were going for shopping. I said, I'm not going. They said, no, just a moment, we'll be there. So we got there and said, can I excuse myself? You go for shopping. I have things doing here. I'll stay in the car. I have the key. I lock myself inside. The car is running. The AC is working. When they came back, they had to knock. I wasn't sleeping. They had to knock for me to open for them. I've drawn so much value from that time that I'm going about. I don't have to buy anything anywhere. There's nothing I'm wearing that they don't say in Nigeria. By buying somewhere else, I'm distorting the market system. Some people have gone to buy and they are to sell. And if everybody has to buy from somewhere else, then who will buy what they sell? I've entered a shopping mall in Lagos only once in my life. And that was 1990. I stood in front of a counter last, 1989. Banking counter. There's nothing I want to get, I can send for it. Give you a check if it's a check they need, or anything they need, but they can't need me. I'm not applying to borrow, so what are you needing me for? Life is all about you defining your values and standing by them. Time is an asset of equality. Why some invest it, multitudes squander it. Benjamin Franklin said, "Doth thou love life? Invest time. Don't squander it, for that is the stuff life is made up of." Invest your time. Don't squander it. It's one of the characteristics of high-level self-discipline. Highly disciplined people have utmost value for time, and they endeavor to make the most of it. I said their self-discipline is operating without requiring supervision towards the delivery of a given task, like in the case of David. He was there with the sheep, keeping watch over the sheep, and no lion nor bear can come across and destroy them. He had no supervision from any source. And see how decorated his life became. That is the power of self-discipline. Examples here that would apply to us as young people, youth growing up, include examples of fellows like Joseph, who was 17 years when he began to face the ordeals of life. But he scaled through by the evident virtue of self-discipline. When Potiphar's wife wanted to floor him, "No, I can't do this and sin against God." In the prison, the most respected prisoner you ever come across. Whatever was done in the prison, Joseph was the doer of it. He was a youth like you. But see how decorated his destiny became. Nothing got missing in the house of Potiphar. He entrusted all his estate into his hand. Self-discipline. He never attempted to flee and get back to his country. Self-discipline. He never took it out on his brothers who sold him into slavery. Self-discipline. Think of Daniel. As for these 4 children, they were children. But they purpose in their heart not to defile themselves with the king's rich food. They were just unique. They were out of the box. They were not in general run of the youth of their days. See how decorated and distinguished the 4 of them became. The value of self-discipline is inestimable. Think of Nehemiah, highly disciplined individual. You can read the story. And Paul the apostle, "I put my body under, I bring it into subjection so I can achieve my goals." Self-discipline. 1 Corinthians 9, 24 to 26. This is why everyone is absolutely responsible for the outcome of his life. Everyone. Young people, success is not transferable. You can't inherit it. Every successful man has to earn it. The success you don't earn, you cannot sustain. Waiting for the inheritance of your father is selling out your destiny for a morsel of meat. If your father is a professor of renown, there is no way you can inherit that status. You try to do that, you'll be charged for impersonation. You end up in prison. That illustration shows you that no matter how accomplished your parents, is not transferable to you. What you don't earn, you cannot sustain. A good friend of mine, Professor Julius Okoge, said something. He said, you can't prepare the future for your children, or you can prepare your children for the future. You can't. Many great names with great fortune have left here, leaving a fortune for their children. They squander it before their body is decomposed. They squander it before their body decomposed in the grave. Finish. Begging on the street. Because you can't keep what you don't earn. Wealth gotten by vanity shall diminish, but it that gathered by labor shall increase. Proverbs 13 verse 11. It is only what you earn that secures your future, not what somebody transferred to you. We are a people of equal destiny in the faith. As many as he has predestinated, he has called, and the ones he has called, he has justified, and the ones he has justified, he has glorified. We have an equal destiny in Christ. The difference is how much we engage with the truth that empowers the fulfillment of our glorious destiny. We need to engage. Otherwise, we'll just be there. This is so important, and we must have to engage with this fact. Self-discipline is a requirement for outstanding accomplishment in life. And it's all about efficient self-management and efficient time management. Those two major characteristics define what we call self-discipline. It's efficient self-management and time management. The story was told of two high school boys that grew up in the same environment, went to school in the same place, and now after high school, each one went his way. One was walking from one fast food store to one restaurant and another store. And after 19 years, it was still worth $7.50 an hour. Now, his companion, 1 year after leaving school, had read 600 books. How many? Still, I don't care whether it's a pamphlet or what. He's read 600 books, has developed capacity. By the time they met, the storyteller said they were continents apart. This other young man who has developed capacity through a voracious reading culture made possible by self-discipline was worth $200,000 an hour, while the other one was worth $7.50, jobbing from one restaurant to another in the quest of how to eat free. No people work in restaurants, eat free. You have to eat what you put so you can be sure it's not poisonous. So they eat, and they eat a lot. So if you have a kitchen with 10 people, you are feeding about 15 people, because they will eat 1.5 the regular food. Amen. He was just eating for free all about, and selling off his destiny for nothing. He had no budget for food because he eats free. Even when he's not on duty, he goes there to go and see how they are cooking as an experienced cook or steward. While someone else was building capacity behind closed doors through the dint of self-discipline. We need to get acquainted with this, that you are only classmates in school. After school, there are no classmates. Each one finds his class. Each one finds his class. And self-discipline is what defines the limits of what class we find ourselves. My prayer this morning is that no one here will waste his youth. and no one here will waste his life. It's a lot. It takes discipline to make the most of anyone's life. It takes high level discipline. You'll soon be out of here and nobody's running after you. You can sleep 12 hours a day. I mean, by the time you are 70, you have slept for 35 years. You are unconscious 25 years. Every time somebody is sleeping only 3 hours, or 8 hours, call it 8 hours, he slept only 1/3. So he has beaten you. Somebody is spending 16 hours. They can't get the same result. They cannot get the same result. There is this man called Benjamin Franklin that had 2 years formal education, but would rather do without food and spend that money to buy books and developing the future he aspired to see. It's not enough to see the future you desire to see. It's important to be willing to pay the price to realize it. He literally taught himself how to read and write, and what a celebrity, what a destiny. Today there's Benjamin Franklin Day recognized in America. He grew to become a foremost philosopher, a diplomat, an educationist, a researcher. One man. Michael Faraday was a lab attendant, developed himself to a point where he became the envy of his professor. Ended his journey recognized as a man of science. Great name out of self-discipline. Anybody can make anything out of his life if he's willing to pay the price for it. The busier you are, the freer you are from the evil vices of the day. So, it goes beyond just accomplishing your goals. It protects your life from the devourer. Therefore, everyone must rise to take his destiny in his hand. We all know that a year is made up of only 52 weeks, and a week is made up of 168 hours. Now, 1 year, therefore, is made up of 8,736 hours. It's not that long. No one has 1,000,000 hours on earth. Because 100 full engaged life is still less than 1,000,000 hours. Let's wake up and take responsibility. The worth of any life is a function of the worth of his time. We talk about in his lifetime. What his time was worth while he lived. Quality time investors usually ends up as newsmakers. All smart time investors, more often than not, end up as stars in their fields of endeavors. That's why those who make news hardly watch them. Their time is invested making news for those to watch, to have what to watch. The Playboy magazine once asked Bill Gates, "We hear you don't watch TV." He said, "No, I'm not immune to the lures of TV. I just try to avoid it. But I have no satellite wires passing across my house." Those who make news hardly have time to watch them. Their time is fully invested in making more news than those who must watch as their own calling in life. We have what to watch. In most cases, those who stay by the news hardly have their names mentioned. Or they are there. Some even turn it on to go to bed. They wake up in the morning, maybe they want to ease themselves. What's happening in Spain again? In Senegal? What's happening? So, what time do you now think? Someone shut their phone in the night while they are sleeping. And neither will it be on silence. So it can be interrupted 5 times, 6 times a night. Hello? Hello? Oh, wrong number. It's not necessary. There is nothing extraordinary on its own. It is man's extraordinary input that makes it so. There is nothing extraordinary. Just any dummy can be a success if he knows what it takes. That's what Zig Ziglar said. Just any dummy can be a success if it knows what it takes. One of my great teachers said, if you fail, it's your fault. And if you succeed, it's your fault. If you fail, it's your fault. And if you succeed, it's your fault. Every failure keeps blaming the successful. It's a lie, just using some other method we don't know. No. You think they work in the night for nothing? They're going for some meetings. That's why they succeed. Okay, follow them. Follow them, you're an investigator. Follow them. Someone said success is a matter of luck. Ask any failure. That's his concept. He's just lucky there's nothing there, Brother David is just lucky. Okay, be as lucky as him. Work the hours he works. Be focused as he's focused. You'll be equally lucky. The purchasing power of success is universal. There is no developed country that makes you a success. There's no developed country that makes you a failure. It's paying the price anywhere you are. It determines your level of success in life. There is no underdeveloped country on this earth without successful people inside, who help to keep life going for others who don't know how to make it happen. In every nation, there are money lenders and there are money borrowers. And the money lenders are not thieves. Thieves don't lend money out. They will ask, where did you get it from? No. So it's not about where you are, it's about who you are and who am I. There is no country of this earth where self-discipline will not acquire success. Access to the top is always at a cost. The top is open and free, but everyone has to make his way there. And the sky is so wide that no two balls ever collide. So nobody's success is the reason for anybody else's failure. Nobody's success is the reason for anybody's failure. So stop getting angry with successful. Subscribe to the demands, and you'll be as successful as whosoever may be. This is a choice to make, and it's a choice of the wise. He said, I lay before you life and death, blessings and cursings. Choose life. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 19. Choose life. Choose life. Choose life. That both thou and thy seed may live. Choose life. Choose to be part of those that make things happen. Someone has said 5% of people make things happen. 25% watch things happen. They're entertained by the happenings. And a whooping 70% don't know anything's happening. And that's what you have today. The race of life. You'll find 22 people playing. And Wembley Stadium in London is 85,000 capacity. And 85,000 people watching. Yay! Oh, wow! Oh, if I were the one, straight. Shh. That man has lost 2 goals. If I were there is no way I will miss it. Because when I put my leg, bow, it will through the goalpost. Okay? But talk is cheap. So the fans are always more in the race of life. And you know life is a race. Say that you should run the race that I said before you. Life is a race. But there are more spectators in every race in the field of sport. More. Your stadium, there are maybe about 7,000 people. If it's full, there will only still be 22 people playing. So you can find it. So there will only be 22 people playing. Whether it's full to overflow and all that, it doesn't matter. Only the 2 people will play. They won't add more players because the stadium is large. Only 22. All the others. Some will even tear their clothes like madness when their team loses a goal or misses a goal. No fan ever gets a prize. Are you aware of that? No fan has a name. His name is fan. And a fan is for fun. His name is a fan. He looks after his own hotel, pays his ticket for every game, and never returns with anything apart from sometimes a slap. By the time you are jumping and somebody next to you is his team that lost the goal, he hits you. You say, why? He say, why are you jumping? Now decide either to be a player in the race of life or a spectator. Either to be a star player or a fan. The choice is yours.